We're gonna
Taking
start
some,
this thing.
Let's go, bro.
starting recording.
Boo!
Bro, that's so sick.
My
Uh,
lighting's a bit off today, but yeah,
yeah, but
continue.
why'd you move spots, bro?
So I'm in my parents' house right now. I wanted a different scenery, you know?
Where were you before? I thought you've always been
I was in my house.
your house?
I live in an apartment that's like below my parents' house.
No way. I did not know that, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How long has that been?
Probably about 3 months.
Oh, sick, bro. I did not realize that.
Yeah, it's calm.
Bro, just like one bedroom or what?
One bedroom, you know, little kitchen, little bathroom, you know?
Nice.
Necessities.
It's tidy. It's tidy. Check my boy Zan, dude. This is really this my guy, man.
Nah, this is my guy. I'm not gonna lie. Like way back, bro. Like this is my roommate.
Oh, I love it, dude. What year did you go through?
We roomed junior year of high school
Yeah.
and senior year.
Yep. Back to back.
Nice, bro.
Holy.
Absolutely. Hey, we had some times, Big H.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, yeah. We Eads, man.
Yeah, shout out Eads, man. Have
I
you
don't
heard
know what
from
he's
Eads?
doing.
Have you heard from him, Zan?
Oh, me?
No, Eads, Eads.
Oh, because yeah.
He's yeah, I don't know. I assume he's still in the Navy, right? Or he was a
I
Goggins type of guy.
yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from Eads. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Wait, so do you speak, so you said you're part Russian. Do you speak Russian?
No, I don't. I speak a little bit of Norwegian, a little bit of Danish, and I guess you can say a little bit of Swedish, but they're all kind of similar. So,
Really? Those are similar. I didn't realize that.
yeah. So, learning Norwegian right now so I can be completely fluent. Um, but yeah, it's a process. It's a
Yeah.
hard language.
Yeah, so do you speak on the like on the pitch? I don't know like the nationality of your teammates, but like is your center back Norwegian? You have to speak to him in Norwegian or
Yeah, so I've learned so since I moved to Denmark, I tried to learn as much of the language as I could, and most of that came from just asking teammates, "Hey, what does this mean? What does that mean?" And the more difficult thing was the pronunciation of the words because it's, different dialect here and there. But yeah, they're all. I'm the only international. We have some Albanians. Um, yeah, but other than that, everybody's Scandinavian.
that's so sick, dude. Wow. And how's the team doing? So you're mid-season, like do you have a game soon or
No, so we
whatever?
just ended. Norway's a little different than everybody else. Denmark, we would still be in season, but in Norway, we just finished the season up. So we
No.
played our last game. I played, when was the last time? It was like 3 weeks ago. And then we had our celebration and then back to training, obviously, and now we're getting into the cold bits of the Norwegian season. So we're gonna be off for about a couple weeks and then head back into training right before
Nice.
preseason.
Wait, did you win like you finished first or no?
Yeah, so we finished first.
Sick.
So you can the only way to be promoted at my level or at the third division is to be top of the table.
Wow.
So it's very competitive. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of teams get, you know, screwed over, but luckily we didn't. So
Nice.
it's good.
That last game, like decisive or
Second to last game was very decisive. And then last game was kind of just all right, we're already there. Let's enjoy it.
yeah.
So,
Hey
That's
Zen,
yeah.
I've seen a little bit of the journey. Do you mind sharing the journey and sharing where it started? Do you mind getting into that? Because I mean,
Yeah.
to see where you are now is like, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like man, like I remember you dreaming about this, if that makes any sense. I remember you putting in that early morning work, you know?
Yeah. Where do you want me to start? You want me to start at like college or
Avon. You know where to start.
Avon?
Avon.
So I'll sum it up quick. I mean, Amir knows I was the type of guy who I guess I'd some mornings I had to wake up early, and I'd train and do that stuff. Um, so obviously that goes without saying, you gotta grind for that. But what really put me on the path was, and I don't think many people know this, but you remember Joe Martinez?
Come on, this is why we're telling the story.
This this guy. So the whole thing at Avon was, oh, are you gonna go D1? Are you good enough to go D1, et cetera, et cetera. And I remember thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna go D1. Like I've been grinding so hard. And I remember he sent an email saying, hey, Zan, like you obviously want to go D1. I don't think professional football is like in the picture. So let's focus on these schools and that and that. And I don't know what it was, but something flipped a switch where he said, "We don't think professionals in the picture." And that made me just like I said, "All right, you know, whatever happens, I have to now try to go play professionally."
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I don't know why that was it, but that
Hmm.
was kind of the whole start of the dream, I guess, the journey.
For sure.
So so going there, looking at schools. I don't end up playing D1. I'm playing D3 at the school. We went, I think, 2-14 our first season. I was the third string, probably fourth string to be honest. Goalkeeper. Wasn't good enough to play, I guess. And yeah, second season comes, same thing. We loot. I guess we win a couple more games, but I think I'm now the fourth string goalkeeper. Had just a shocker of a season. Didn't even play really. And then third season comes, and that's when I get my chance to be the starter. So I've done all this work, gotten to be the starter. I end up playing a lot of games. I'm playing well. One game I don't play so well. The coach takes me out. I kind of lose my head a little. I get kicked off the team. It's a whole thing. I told him like, hey, like this is, I think I should play if we want to win this next game. Obviously you don't say that to your coach because that's stupid. That was a bit silly for me, but I do that, so I leave. I get out of there, and then I basically, I basically pack a bag with my boots and a couple clothes and I just hop on a flight to Denmark. And yeah, I just knock on doors and I email coaches. And my first opportunity came with a team called Lysing IF in Aarhus. And I was playing in a preseason game against a team that was in the second division, above the third division team that I was in. And I played well, and then end of that week, the team is like, "Hey, like we can't really help you. Um, we just don't have the resources to bring you onto this team." And I was like, "Oh, damn, okay." And I remember just sitting there. Obviously, I was crying. I mean, it was a tough time. You're out alone by yourself, and your family's 6 hours behind. You've told everybody you're going to do something and it's not panning out how it's supposed to. And so you're like, dang, this is it. This is where I end. And so I remember I always bring my Bible with me. I'm a man of faith, so I brought my Bible and I had nothing else to do. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I just open this thing up? Why don't I just give it a go? So I start reading. Nice. Put it down. I get up. I'm not even kidding. This story sounds fake, but 30 seconds later, after I put down my Bible, my phone call like starts ringing. And I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, what the hell is going on here? I pick it up. It's this guy. He's going blah, 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 blah. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm from America. I don't understand Danish. He's like, oh, okay, sorry. You're Alexander, right? I'm like, yes, sir. He goes, okay, can you come to training tomorrow? I said, yeah, I'll be there. Where is it? He's like, it's Puaban, the team you just played. I was like, oh shit. So the second division team that I just played against was now interested, and I had one more shot before I was like gonna pack it up and go home. So the next day, go to training, knock it out of the park. Second day, go to training, knock it out of the park. 3 day, it was the quickest trial I've ever had. 3 days in, they're like, all right, we need to sign this guy. It was February 1st, or it was a couple hours before February 1st, because that's when the transfer window closes. They had to call a bunch of people to get me signed, and they got me in at the deadline, and that's where I started my journey.
That's crazy, dude. There's like it's wild. There's a story behind like every play, like every little moment like that. Like you're 30 seconds away from just like being done.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Wait, so that was in
2023.
and yeah, that was the first. That was your first.
That was my first go.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's sick, man.
But hey,
yeah.
Big H, one thing about Zen, the guy is relentless. Like if he wants something, like relentless. I remember we were on the college recruiting grind, and like the amount of school Zen was emailing was just it was crazy. Like Buddy was on a mission, you know? Like Buddy was on a mission.
Yeah,
Buddy was on a mission, and it was like to see Zan's work ethic is like I was like, man, like this is crazy. And then low key, like I remember sophomore year, so I came into Avon sophomore year. Sorry, my lighting's like a little bit messed up. But I came in sophomore year to Avon, and I was like yeah, I could play football and stuff like that, but like the mindset wasn't there, if that makes any sense. Like it just wasn't like I could still perform, but I have much more potential that I was leaving on the table. And I said to myself, I was like, man, like I was just looking at Zan and I was looking at his work ethic and the work that he was putting in. I was like, man, like I need to get around this type of energy, just to be a better person, better player. I need somebody to help push me. And getting around Zan, I'm gonna be honest with you. Me getting to college soccer, Zan, I like if it wasn't for you, I don't know if I play soccer in college.
really.
I don't know just because of the mindset that you cultivated in the room, if that makes any sense. Like it kind
Yeah,
of
I
rubbed
appreciate
off
that.
on me a little bit. So I just want to say thank you, and there's a lot of love and respect. I know we had our little run in one time. Remember that one? Turned off the lights. We guys were going at it. You remember that?
Hey, yo, turn off the lights.
You
I
remember
said,
that?
turn off the lights. Oh, that was funny.
Hey, Hayden, all my roommates, we guys end up fighting, man. Real talk.
Yeah.
We guys end up.
Oh, that is funny.
But it's,
That
it's
brings
out
it
of love,
back.
though. It's out of love, man. It's out of love.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was that
100%.
was that was the most stupidest thing ever.
The lights. That was funny.
Oh man. But yeah, man. Some great times, man. I'm glad we was able to, you know, do what we
Yeah.
did. And I haven't forgot our Avon thing. We still have some unfinished business. So after you go do this professional career in football, we got some unfinished business at Avon.
Yeah, definitely. We agreed on that.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm actually trying to become a teacher now, so I haven't forgot about that.
Yeah,
But that's
definitely.
that's in the works, so. But let's get into it, man.
Wait, real quick though. Wait, so were you the starting GK for junior and senior or sophomore or
So tell them how you got the job, Zed.
For Avon or for Dickinson?
for Avon?
How did I get the job?
I
Oh,
remember how you got
David.
the
Da
David.
so David, so my freshman year, I wanted to make varsity so bad. I didn't make it. Obviously that was good because, that added some fuel to the fire. And then my sophomore year was that David. David was the starting, right?
David.
And I think I just outworked them. I think I just out,
Hmm.
I mean, the corner flags, every single time I beat them. Like every drill, I just beat them, like in everything. And I think Coach Martinez saw that.
Yeah.
And he also saw maybe that David was there having fun and wasn't as serious. And I mean, wonderful goalkeeper and great guy. Oh my goodness.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
David, brilliant,
great to be
brilliant.
around. Um, but obviously, when it comes to competition, like it's every man for themselves. So you got to really just dig deep and
Well, it's not even
compete.
every man for yourself. You're also just pushing each other by
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, 100%. But yeah, I don't know, Amir. How did I really get that? It was just
I
out.
remember vividly, mate. I remember vividly. The
What
first
was it?
game you
I don't
started
remember.
was versus Taft. You remember that?
Oh yeah,
You remember that? See, I don't forget these things. I keep
that
these.
was.
It was versus Taft, mate. I remember that. And ever since that Taft game, you had to start and job.
Did I play well? Is that why? Or did he?
You put in a great shift in training, and coach was like, "Yeah, I'm starting you versus Taft." And then ever since then, you just left David to dust. Shout out David. I love David. You
Nah,
know what I'm
David's
saying?
the man though. I liked him. He's a good goalkeeper too, or he
Hey,
was, I
great
guess.
person too. I could care
Yeah,
less about goalkeeping. Great person. Good goalkeeper as
yeah,
well. But what a guy. Helped me with my
yeah. No, he
Spanish
is.
homework, all of that. Great guy. You know?
Yeah, he was from Mexico, right?
Yeah, man. Good
Yeah, no,
guy.
he was the man. But yeah,
Absolutely.
then
Where are you originally from in the U.S.?
I'm from New York, Westchester, New York.
Oh no, Westchester. Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. All right, man. Well, let's get into it. All right, bro. So, I mean, like that was a great sports segment, bro. I didn't
That
realize.
that
I was like,
was yeah.
thinking. I was like, I wonder what we'll talk about. Like when Amir brings on guests, I don't know. Oftentimes, I'm like, I don't really know their interests.
Hmm.
As a professional athlete, like that's perfect, bro. It makes it easy.
He a dog.
I
Hey,
wouldn't also I would cut and say I wouldn't I'm not like I wouldn't call myself professional. Like
Well,
obviously you get paid, but I'm not gonna live like I'm not a Premier League player or
no,
like a
no,
top,
of course, but
you
buddy,
know.
you're on the way up,
still,
man.
bro, you're yes.
Yeah. I'm
Hundred-
on my way up to being a full out professional, yes.
Hey, and when you get that bag, speaking of love, might want a couple donations, here and there,
Sponsor us, bro.
I got you. I got a lot of
Put it
people
on
I promised a
the
lot of
jersey.
things.
Put it on the
Yeah.
sleeve of your jersey or something, speaking with.
Yeah, man. We might hit you up and be like, "Yo, you remember us?" Like, you know.
100%, I got you.
All right, bro. So the quote of the day is from Lao Tzu, who's a philosopher that I didn't really know of. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. So basically, really just to appreciate. I mean, this is the classic, appreciate the journey, not the destination. And as long as you're in the moment, then you're doing the right thing.
Interesting.
Oop, you lost him.
Quote of the day and drops and leaves.
I'm telling you, he'll be back though. But how's your family, man? How's everyone?
They're good right now. They're back to the States. They just
Fantastic,
had Thanksgiving, so
fantastic. Hey,
yeah.
I really appreciate you for making this work, man.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course I'd love to help you out and do whatever you're
Yeah,
trying to do.
Hey, we're back. I my computer died. My bad.
no worries, no worries.
All right, so wait, I do remember the philosophy segment. I want to talk about because all I knew was that you were from Norway. And my question was, do you guys think that like traveling and physically exploring is like almost like, is it good for you? Is it a necessity in life? Like, what comes from it? Can you learn from it? Or like,
Mm.
you hear some philosophers like that, especially lived like hundreds and thousands of years ago, that like they never left like their hometown, like literally just did all this thinking just in one place. I do feel like you need to travel or like that you should. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Hmm.
And like your personal experience, like traveling all over the world, it sounds.
I For me personally, what I think is the most important thing, and I've had a lot of friends go abroad and study abroad, right? And that's great. And they come back, and I mean, shout out my boys, like I love them. But there is a different level of maturity of when you go out and there is zero structure. You don't, you're staying in an Airbnb, you've just spent years saving up to go do this trip. Um, your plan might not work. There's a real struggle to it. I think studying abroad, which what I'm not obviously studying abroad is obviously cool. I've never done it, but I think struggling while traveling is something that will really make you grow as a human being. And I think that's very important.
Hmm. Like you mean like no safety net kind of thing?
No safety net. Like if
Hmm.
it doesn't work, you're in the gutter. Like
Like
you're
you said earlier, like there was some type of feeling when you were like something you planned on wasn't working out and you're just like so far from home. Like you're physically far, it makes you feel mentally far from home.
yeah.
And like especially in terms of like people you love being far away. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it makes for a lot of growth.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
growth
Absolutely.
comes in struggle.
totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's a great point. I think really like struggling with anything you can just you grow from it and you learn from it.
Yeah.
I think like to do like major thinking and like reflection, you don't necessarily have to like you don't have to physically travel, but I think that's such a great point that like you have to struggle in some way with something. Like you literally do not get anywhere unless you're like struggling. And it doesn't have to be like painful, like struggling. It doesn't mean you have to like hurt in any way, but you just have to like, have something at hand that you have to figure out that you've never really encountered before. Like that's how you learn and grow.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. I think also time as well, like the amount of time you spend in a place is extremely crucial, you know? I think when it comes to like I think the cool thing about studying abroad is like you're over in a different country for what, a semester, which is quite a long time, so you really get to understand like
Yeah.
different cultural things that go on in that country. And also like what you done, Zen, like no safety net, but like you've spent a bunch of time over in Denmark and over in Norway, and you get to know like I'm sure how new Norwegians like talk to one another is much different than how you would probably talk to me at Avon,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense. Like
Yes, 100%.
you know, like it's way different. Is it
Yeah.
like more direct or like what is it like in terms of that?
So I'll give a good example. In America, let's say you're a boss of a team, right? And
Mhm.
you say, "Hey, let's go for drinks
Yeah.
after work or something."
Hmm.
And 10 people say yes, and maybe 3 people say no. 10 people will go because they said yeah, so I'll go.
Hmm.
In Norway, let's say you say, "Hey, let's get drinks."
Hmm.
12 or 13 people will say yes. Let me see if I can go. I'll be there.
Hmm.
3 people will show up.
See, that's my type of. That's how I am. I'm a Norwegian.
Yeah.
No, no, real talk. I'm a
Yo.
Norwegian. At Bates,
This guy's a
guys,
Norwegian.
guys will ask me at Bates. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm you good note this weekend.
Bro,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good note. I'm good note. I ain't good note.
bro. Guys, what's the only thing you were like somewhat honest about, bro? But you always say you're like, yeah, I'm down to do this, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then you'll text me, you'll be like, man, like I just like I wasn't able to make it. Like I'm not feeling it
Facts.
today. Or you'll just be like say we have something scheduled, just be like, yo, like right at the time that we're gonna do it, you're like how are we feeling about tomorrow? How are we feeling about tomorrow?
Now
You're Norwegian, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of is difficult in terms of that's something that I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to work on like saying that I'm gonna do this and like in terms of like the time thing. Like it's not a big deal, but it's also a big deal because like if you're in a
Yeah.
relationship with somebody Like you can't be
Exactly.
on Norwegian time. You feel me?
Yeah.
You can't be on Norwegian time because you're gonna get yourself in some trouble. You can get yourself in some big trouble.
Yep.
See, bro, there's two things that I think you got to work on the first one because I used to be that same way because I am pretty like I don't like to like have like a rigid structure. I like to kind of more go with the flow type of like
Hmm.
schedule. And I had to get better at the first one, just saying no originally.
Yeah.
It's not about like, oh, you said yes to this, like force yourself to do stuff. It's just about recognizing I'm probably not going to do that, so I'm just going to say no now.
Hmm.
Say like maybe and most likely no. Like say don't count on it. That's what you should get used to saying don't count on it.
Absolutely. No, I'm much better at that now. Like I tell people, I'm not doing that, but in a nice way, in a nice way,
Uh,
in a nice
yeah.
way. Yeah. But I hope
Um,
that answered your question, Big H. I hope you didn't go a little bit too off track.
yeah, no, I think that's good. I mean, yeah, I mean that also leads into another question. Um, when it comes to, I mean, we can talk about both at once, really. Like the physically, like is like moving around and traveling essential to growth, and also like is like exploring like socially, like and culturally, like essential to growth. Like again, when you hear about these philosophers back in the day who just like didn't leave their hometown, like how can you really say that they understood? How can you say like they're like a very, very thoughtful, like
Hmm.
knowledgeable human if they don't even know most human, like they don't even know about people that weren't like them, didn't speak the same language. Like I felt like because I did study abroad in Italy, and like that time was so. I feel like I learned so much just literally just walking around and just like feeling a vibe, hearing a different language, like understanding a new way of life, like little things like that. Like you said, like Norwegian people just like that's just like a little thing, but it's like culture is like a multitude of those little things that are different.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you guys feel like those like being around a variety of people is like important for your own growth?
Hmm.
Or and not just important, do you think it's like essential?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd say yes. I'd say exploring and being well-rounded is beneficial to anybody because you know what you can and maybe can't bring along to your personality, to your character from different cultures. It's almost like the flea in the jar thing where the flea will learn how high or will only jump as high as the cap. If you take off the cap,
Hmm.
it'll jump higher. So,
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
think, man.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't really like traveling too much though, you know? Like I'm very content. Like if
Yeah, me
I
too, bro. Me too. That's why I ask. 'Cause, yeah, I'm a big
Mhm.
time homebody. I love.
like if I had to stay in Bermuda for the rest of my life, this is why we need that Zan money, that Zan sponsorship. We only got 10 minutes left, which is crazy. But if I could stay in Bermuda for the rest of my life, like I would be somewhat content with, like I'll be fine, like, if that makes any sense. I'll be okay. And I think the reason why I'll probably be okay is because, bitch, like I've lived most of my life away from home, so
mm,
like I kind of
you've done
understand,
it.
like I've done it, if that makes any sense. So,
Yeah.
but I think for somebody that probably hasn't done it, I always think I'm kind of contradicting myself a bit, but I do think just getting out in a different environment, like whatever it is, like wherever it is, like even if it's in the same country, just go into a different environment than you might have grown up in is
Yeah.
extremely beneficial to your personal growth, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's something to be said though that like yeah, because for me, I mean it's like cheesy, but like home truly is like where my family is for me.
Mhm.
And so part of it is like if I was to just live my whole life in Vermont, which I very well might end up doing, is like I only really need to know my way around. Like I only really need to like master like the relationships with my family and with
Mhm.
like people I'm very close to, other relationships, and like if I live in my small town, it's like you just need to like map wise just know what's going on in your town. But like once you explore, it's like I won't have any like ability to like truly be a good traveler and to like understand other people. And so like if we're talking about like growth, not necessarily necessity for like just being a person, being a successful person, living a successful life, but we're talking about growth. Like I do think it's kind of a necessity. It's like definitely like will lead to growth if you are to leave and to like,
Yeah,
physically and socially and culturally like explore
If
new
you
things.
let it grow. Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Um, yeah.
Wow.
But I mean that's like you said, I think that was such a great point earlier that, you know, like struggling like away from comfort, which for you is probably like home and family and
Yeah.
loved ones, like struggling away from that makes it so like you're very vulnerable. Like you're the only one looking out for yourself where you are.
Yeah.
You know? And
No.
that's
Yeah.
like the ultimate way to grow is to struggle, like we said.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, man. Um, wait, so I had another question. Um, what's the process of, and I don't want to get too off topic if you guys want to. What's like the process of getting recruited to play on new teams? Like, what is your dream to like play in the Premier League? Is that like the
So the one thing that I have learned is that the people that you see on TV, like the Premier League players, I call it there's obviously amateur, there's semi-pro, there's professional, and then there's elite. And
yeah?
and those guys are the elite. Those guys are grown from 4 years old in Premier League academies, and it's pure reps and just being in the right
Environment.
areas. Like that's different. Like we're not. Let's be honest here. Like Matt Turner started at 16, he made it to the Prem, but he quickly found out that he was not ready for the Prem because that is a different level of football. But to answer your question about how do you get recruited, honestly, be a good person and believe in yourself and be as good as you think you are. That's really that's really it. Because if you're a good person and you shake somebody's hand and you say, "Hey, my name is," and they get a good vibe from you, they will want to help you. And if you're as good as you say you are, it'll show. And people like to help people that they also believe in. And if you can show them that you're as good as you say you are, they'll start believing you. So it's really just a snowball effect, where you have one person to believe in you and you prove them right, and then they try to say, "Hey, look at this kid. Believe in him because I believe in him as well." So it's really down to just being a good person, trying to be respectful, but also just putting in the work and performing when you need to perform.
I want to, speaking with love, I want to expand on the be a good person piece. Like, are you saying basically you're more likely to, which makes sense, that you're more likely to succeed in life being a good person, but also in terms like on the pitch, like people don't want like a cancerous locker room. They want like
Mhm. Yeah.
good people that are gonna make people around them better, especially a leadership role like goalkeeper. You're like the quarterback of the team. Like you don't want if you're yelling at your center back has to like trust you and like have love for you and want to fight for you and listen to you and not just be like, oh, this like guy behind me. I'm like, I don't care about what he says.
Yeah. No,
It's so important.
yeah, it's very important to the good person because every coach that I've ever talked to over here has said, "Hey, listen, like we obviously like, oh, you're good, but like we also see that you would be a good fit in the team because you're a good person. Like I'm not saying like I'm like the greatest person of all time, but I'm saying that they see that I respect them and I respect where they are, and I'm trying to be a good fit for them as well. Um, so they want people that are team first, Um, yeah, and who aren't just gonna, mess somebody over, I guess you could say.
Facts.
Totally. Oh, it's wild how I've been studying a lot of Buddhist philosophy and like the idea of karma. So there's these the doctrine of two truths is the idea like there's a conventional world, which is like the world as it appears to us, and then the ultimate truth is like that like everything is like empty and that like the world as it appears to us isn't actually there. And long story short, like when you do something like karma doesn't exactly work where you lie and then you stub your toe because it's like the universe, punishing you.
Hmm.
It's more that like when you have good karma and you do good things, naturally the world is like made to like the world is naturally made to go better when you're doing good things and because like there'll be good energy around you almost. And so it's wild how not only is like karma like a metaphysical idea, but it's also just like so directly true in the conventional world that like when you do good things, good people want to be around, like nice people want to be around you, nice people want to help you. You make good connections with more people who can help you in different ways.
Yeah,
It's wild how direct that connection is to like doing good things in anything, not even just like in football, or in
yeah,
sports.
Facts.
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
100%.
yeah, man.
But I
Also,
think,
this
well,
where you
you go, you go, you go.
I don't know, you go.
I think it's a privilege to be a good person, to have a good
Hmm.
heart. Like, I don't think a lot of people in some conditions granted that opportunity, you know? Like, a lot of
Yeah,
people were in survival mode. Like, I was talking to some guys that I work out with last night, and we was literally talking about this. I was like, it's a privilege to be a good person. And I was telling them, like, my goal is to kind of try to stay or be as pure as I can be, if that makes any sense.
hmm.
Because the world, like a lot of, like I feel like purity is extremely important.
It's a rare
And
commodity.
exactly. And a lot of people in the world are not granted that opportunity, unfortunately. And it's like just by you being pure, somebody could just look at you and be like you could give them hope, if that makes any sense. You could give them inspiration to become better, to change their
Yeah,
whole situation, change their lives. So that's really what I'm after right now. But
Yeah,
it's a privilege. Like it's a privilege to,
agreed.
you know.
yeah, like when you see someone doing something wrong or being a bad, like a mean person,
Hmm.
like you can just feel sympathy for them because
Facts.
there's no way, no, like we've talked about many times on it, it's like no happy person is gonna be mean and be rude.
Yeah,